what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I did actually get my brakes in Monday and I am just now getting to installing it. Not sure if I'm gonna knock out all four or not tonight, but it is Thursday and I figured I'd go ahead and replace these that I can start to hopefully do the bedding process and all that stuff and the break-in procedures over the weekend. I did end up going with Bear. You can see it's some slotted and drilled rotors. Now, this isn't like a crazy nice rotor or anything. I think altogether for this and the pads, it was like $450 or something. But I just wanted some replacement rotors. This is still the stock, same style, same size and everything. Not same style. This is still the stock, same size rotor. So it will definitely at least give me a little bit of a performance upgrade. Now I am gonna go ahead and keep the stock calipers for now just because I didn't really wanna order those right now. I didn't really need any more calipers because whenever I do upgrade the calipers, I figured I might as well go to like a bigger brake setup where I have a 13-inch rotor in the front. Like I did say, I am gonna go ahead and get all this stuff knocked out, and I'm not sure, but I probably will try to do something about this fender liner because clearly it's starting to fade a little bit, and I'll probably try to get that black. And then on top of that, I'm not sure if I'm going to try to do something about the calipers at this point or if I'm just gonna wait, because I would like them to be either all silver, paint the brackets and everything, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that or not because I don't have any silver paint and I'm not gonna do red or anything because I just don't think that would look that good on this car. So I guess that's my plans as of tonight. I am gonna go ahead and try to knock out the fronts, and then if it goes quick enough, I'll go ahead and do the rears. I mean, it shouldn't be that long. It's just a couple bolts and then slide the caliper off and then the bracket and everything, and then you take the rotor off. So it should be pretty easy. But of course, it is an older car, so not 100% sure if this stuff's gonna come off that easy. So I guess let's go ahead and get it started and get this thing knocked out. Everything is set up now. You can see how much better the paint looks and everything. Like I said, I didn't try to get it perfect, but right now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the wheel on and see what it looks like with the wheel. I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what all I filmed, but it's been taking a little bit longer than I thought just because there's been bolts that have been extremely hard to get off. But I did get both the fronts done, and then I'm about to go ahead and knock out the rears here in a second. The only thing that I do got left is I do have to just put the wheel back on, but you can definitely see how much better this rotor and caliper being painted and the dust shield and everything, how much better it just looks over the stock rotors. Like I said, I am gonna go ahead and knock out the back. You should be able to see what it would look like with the wheel. I know it's a little bit different because the other side is jacked up, but you can still see what it would look like looking through the wheel. I really just wanted to look pretty good. Now, like I said, this isn't like the big brake front setup like I was hoping for, but it is what needed to be done at the time because I really needed some rotors and I didn't really want to try to find the big brake setup that'll fit those wheels, because since those are more pushed in, I don't think a lot of stuff would have fit. So I most likely would have had to end up changing my wheel setup and all that, and I really didn't want to go through that process right now. These should work very well, especially with the new pads and everything, and they should honestly get a lot more bite. I just gotta do a pretty crazy process of breaking in everything. There is one thing that I am still kind of iffy about. The front wheel, I was going more for like a paint match caliper look, kind of trying to get as close as I can to that silver. Now, I don't think it looks bad. I'm gonna have to see in the sunlight whenever I pull the car out in a second because I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around. I don't think it looks bad. I just kind of feel like it's blending in almost too much. I really just didn't want to do red on the car because I think it would stand out a little too much, and being that they are just still the stock calipers, I didn't really want to be painting stock calipers and be that guy. I just wanted to be like a color match. I think they were actually painted white before. I thought they were silver, but I guess over time where they faded from the previous owner, I guess they were painted white at some point in time. I think it will look a lot better, especially if you come back here and look at the rear rotors. All right, so it is really windy out here, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But you can clearly see what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. Now, like I said, I do kind of think it does blend in a little too much, so maybe I'll repaint the calipers one day. Not entirely sure just yet. Once again, I apologize for all the wind. It's like extremely windy today. mean, I don't think it looks terrible, but kind of just expect it to look a little bit better, but maybe it's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. Things are wide. Everything is now knocked out. I did get the fronts and the rears done. Right now, I'm about to go ahead and go put a little bit of break-in miles on these rotors and everything. That way I can try to do the bedding process over the weekend. I definitely do think it did clean up the car a ton. I don't know how much you guys can even see, but definitely in person it does look a lot better. It is still pretty hidden though, just because of the type of wheels that I have. Can't really see it. So I guess let's go ahead and go drive this thing around and try to get a little bit of break-in miles on these rotors and pads. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the car and get to that. Say that so far, the little bit of driving that I have done, I feel like the brakes and the rotors and everything, it feels like it stops a whole lot better. Clearly it should be an upgrade, but I definitely do think it's a whole lot better. As far as like the pads, I do think they are a lot more aggressive, but the sad thing is that I do think they shed a lot more brake dust, which sucks because I had some carbon ceramic pads on before, but at this point I really don't feel like changing them again. So I'm probably just going to rock these pads that I have now just for a while until they do change, obviously. And it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I clean my car pretty often, so it's really not that big of a deal, but it is something that does suck. Let me give you guys some rev match really quick. Thing sounds so good for 200 horsepower. Especially if I be like a typical guy that drives manual. So I guess that's pretty much all I'm gonna have for you guys today. I still got to do at least like 2 more days of just normal driving, and then hopefully I'll be able to start the whole bending process like I've been explaining. Now, it's not really that important, but it's also important to me because I want these things to last, and I want them to actually perform how I expect them to perform. I guess other than that, be on the lookout for the video that I'm gonna go film this weekend. I'm not exactly sure when I'm gonna post it, but it's mainly just probably gonna be me driving around trying to do the process of that, and I'm not gonna try to bore you guys to death, just POV driving the whole time. I know a lot of guys like to see that, but a lot of people don't, so I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. But I am probably gonna be doing that this weekend. That's probably gonna take up majority of my time. And I guess other than that, make sure to subscribe that you don't miss out on new videos. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below. It helps me out a ton, and I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.